Good morning. It is 8 o'clock. It got to be pretty cold last night, definitely below freezing. It's probably a couple degrees above freezing right now. I slept for about 9 hours, slept great. The plan today is to try to go find some extremely obscure things in the desert. But the first order of business today is to go further up the canyon here, further up Farron Canyon, and try to find a boulder with some rock art on it. It's just a couple miles away, I think. Yeah, let's see if I can find that. I don't think it's marked or anything like that, but I have only just very vague instructions. I think they say something like, when the canyon starts to narrow, look for a boulder, which isn't super helpful because the canyon is pretty narrow the whole time and there are boulders everywhere. But yeah, I really enjoy this campsite. Found the rock art. I've parked on the side of the road. It's on what is basically the first chunk of good, solid yellow rock on the left side of the canyon. Let's go get a closer look. All right, here is the panel. I don't really want to get right in front of it because my shadow would be all over it. But here it is from the side, kind of. I had to scramble up here to get to the rock art panel. For the record, this TH was not me. I was here when I got here. It's ridiculous that people feel the need to do this and to shoot it up. There's some bullet holes here. To the right of the main panel, there's another panel. Gonna get back in the car now and drive about 40 minutes to the desert, the more deserty part of the desert, and that's about where the start of the road that I'll be taking even deeper into the desert is. That's where it starts. And once I'm at that spot, it'll be another, I don't know, 45 minutes or an hour of driving, probably until I can get to the spots that interest me. Assuming I can get there and assuming the road is good enough. Anyway, I'll drive to the start of that dirt road and we'll start filming again there. I forgot about the reservoir here, the one that I passed yesterday on my way to camp that was less than a mile from my camp. It's called Millsite Reservoir, and I'm gonna try to fly the drone and get a better look at it from the air. It is windy though, so footage might not turn out. Okay, I'm about to transition onto the unpaved road, and hopefully it stays a pretty good road for the next 13 miles, which is how long I'll need to stay on it to get to where I want to go. This is cool, got this old cabin of some sort. Okay, we are in the middle of nowhere, just how I like it. There are a handful of things in this greater area within a 5 or 10 mile radius that I want to see. Feels so good to be back in the desert. All right, I found it and I'm pretty excited. Let me show it to you. Can you read that? Here's my hand to give you an idea of the size of it. It says Butch Cassidy. Butch Cassidy is one of the more famous Wild West outlaws, and it is believed that this is his signature, not signature, his, yeah, I guess his signature in the rock. There is some doubt as to whether it's authentic. I've seen some people say it is, some people say maybe not, especially because it's not spelled right. It's C-A-S-A-D-Y here, where it should have been spelled with an I. But I believe he was illiterate, or at least not very literate, and so that's why some people think that this actually could be from him. Either way, whether it's real or not, it's an interesting oddity, an interesting, fun, weird thing to find here, and so I'm pretty happy. As far as I know, there is one other Butch Cassidy inscription in the desert, but you need a high clearance vehicle, a Jeep, to get there. This one is relatively easy to get to. But how cool is that? Very, very cool. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but Butch Cassidy was originally from Utah. I've been to his childhood home near Circleville, I think it's called. I love this beautiful red water in the wash here. Here's some old, I'm guessing, 19th century pioneer writings. I'm sorry for the wind, but you know I can't control that. So anyway, it says A. Mayhew, Pioneer, W. Aldridge something, and then something Young Bull. And then here's a much larger pool of water. Again, always great to see water in the desert. So in this area there are a lot of these volcanic, roundish, black rocks. They're all over this area, and some of them have been arranged to form shapes by the Native Americans. These are called geoglyphs. A geoglyph is where the Native Americans arranged rocks in the ground or cleared away part of the earth to reveal a lighter shade of earth underneath. The most famous of these geoglyphs in the US is probably the Blythe intaglio, which is near Blythe, California. But the most famous in the world by far are the Nazca lines in Peru. I'm sure you've seen pictures of these, maybe seen a History Channel documentary or National Geographic Channel documentary on those. This is the same kind of thing. These aren't nearly as spectacular, and there's no like definite shape where you could say, oh, that's a bird or that's, a deer. They're just kind of abstract shapes. There's one here, and then there's one that I might go see later in the week, but it's significantly harder to get to. It'll require like a 10-mile hike, and there's no trail, so it's just kind of overland, off the beaten path, literally, travel. So anyway, let me show it to you from the ground over here, and then I will pop the drone up and see if we can get a better view of it from the air. Just these dark rocks laid out on the very light colored sandstone. And you can see this from Google Earth if you know where to look. Pretty amazing, isn't it? And it's it's not impressive for the way it looks, because it's just rocks lined up on the ground, but it's impressive for what it is, which is a geoglyph made by Native Americans in Utah, which is extremely rare. So I'm really happy to have been able to see that and to fly the drone over it. That's what the drone is made for stuff like this. So really, really awesome. Gonna head back to the car now. I'm probably, I don't know, 15 minutes away from the car. So I'll hike back and then I'll get back on the road. There is two other things in this general area that I want to see. So I'll go see if I can find them. So far I've had pretty good luck with finding the things I wanted to find today. Hopefully that holds, and I'll show you when I get to the first of the other things that I want to see. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we have a giant sand dune. This is called Mussentuchit Dune. Looks to be, I'd say, a good 200 or 300 feet high and several hundred feet across. It's gonna be really windy out there, so I don't want to talk too much out there if I can help it. But I just wanted to say that I've actually considered getting a sand board, which is like a snowboard, but specifically made for going down sand dunes. I think that would be such a fun addition to my ever-growing list of adventure gear. Anyway, let's go out to the dune. It is 1:20 now. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm done with this area. There was another rock art panel I wanted to see, but I couldn't find it. I must have walked past it in one of the earlier spots. So I'm going to leave this area and go east. But the question is, where do I go? Because there are a couple different things that I want to do. I don't know what else I have time for today. There's some hikes that I could do, but I don't think I have time for any of them. So I might just go find a campsite. I don't know. It'll take me like an hour to drive out of this area and get back to the interstate. And once I'm there, I'll pull the map out and see how far away I am from the other places that I wanted to go to, and see how far away I am from a potential campsite, and see what time it is. And anyway, I'll update you again when I have something to update you with. But overall, the dunes here, just to finish up in this spot, the dunes are super cool. This is a pretty impressive piece of sand here. You don't often see white or very light colored dunes like this in Utah. Usually they're red. Very cool. Definitely worth visiting. Okay, a campsite has been found, and it's a cool spot. I like it. I'm at the edge of this kind of little lookout area. Nice views out here, and some rock formations around, and a fire ring that I won't use. That mountain that you can see behind me, let's see, that one, that's what I'm climbing tomorrow. Going hiking up that tomorrow. It is the highest point in the San Rafael Swell, which is this region of desert here. So should be a fun hike. That's why I came to this area, to climb that. It's like a 10-mile round trip hike. I think I'll be hiking through some interesting canyon formations, so it should be a really good hike. My plan now is to eat. I've been snacking throughout the day to stave off hunger, but I'm pretty hungry, so I'm looking forward to dinner. Again, probably just turkey sandwich, pastrami sandwich, something like that. Although I might also boil up some water for some hot chocolate. That sounds pretty good right now. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you enjoyed today's adventures. This was a really good day. I really enjoyed this. Again, let me know what your favorite part of the video is, and I will see you in the next video soon. Thanks for watching.